Well, I definitely think you brought up a good point of, like, there has to be forethought to it.
Yeah.
You don't just, like, come into the situation, you're like, I'm just going to do this on the spot. I mean, if you can,
great.
Awesome.
That's a pro level move.
I was about to say, like, maybe you need to look at a counseling career.
Yes.
Because, like, I can't do that. So definitely, like, thinking beforehand, and kind of, like, I've totally forgot your question.
So how would you recommend enforcing and, like, setting the boundary? So, like, bringing it on in, like, you have the planning in your head. How do you make it happen?
There we go. So enforcing is showing up to that space knowing your intent, first and foremost. But then also, like, processing, I don't know, like, how do you show up in a space but then be compassionate while also trying to hold yourself as the center? And for me, that looks like the what's it called? The feedback technique.
I was going to say, is it the feedback sandwich?
Yes, it's the feedback sandwich of, like, start with a positive, or of, like, a, you know, I appreciate this, or like a, you know, thank you for blah, 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 blah. Just kind of, like, creating that buffer of, like, the first one, something nice, something fuzzy. Mm-hmm. The middle, your actual boundary. And then the end of following up with, like, maybe we can talk about this later.
That's
maybe
a fantastic
we can have another conversation.
I love that.
And that's kind of, like, the way that I've always processed them, is having little buffers, because, like, I need a buffer. Plus, in school, they teach you, like, 2 to 1. Yeah. Well, actually, they teach you 3 to 1. But...
a little excessive sometimes.
Yeah. 3, that's pretty tough. So, like, we're going to give ourselves 2 to 1. Just kind of, like, make a little sandwich out of it.
I like that also because it gives room for the person you're talking to have their own reaction. Mm-hmm. Because, again, I think people look at boundaries as, like, a one-sided act sometimes, but it's not. It's a two-person conversation. Mm-hmm. And the person you're setting a boundary with, like, is allowed to have a reaction, and you aren't responsible for how they feel. And I think that leading with that feedback sandwich of, like, the pro, the boundaries, and then ending with some kind of nicety or something like that can help them remember that whatever you're saying is in kind. Yeah. And it's something that is out of love and out of care and wanting to have that healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. Because the healthiest relationships are the ones with boundaries.